literally the best month that we've ever had in practice this month. I saw more patients this Tuesday than I've ever seen in practice. And cool thing, we're not doing any marketing other than you. Hey, I'm not sure if you know that, but usually this time of the year, I'm doing talks and screenings and massage days and patient appreciation days. We're doing nothing but Facebook marketing right now. So it's actually working out pretty well for us.
Well, $45,000 in 7 weeks in potential receivables.
That's awesome. I mean, that's great. I didn't even know that. I have to go and, yeah, I'll give you a high five next time I see you. Things have changed. Like I said, we closed 4 people yesterday. So it's all from Facebook. It's pretty awesome that happens. Because of the confidence I have in this system and what y'all are doing, I need another doc, you know, because I can't handle the 180, 200 people a week myself, which is exciting.
All right. I'm here with Dr. Erik Weber. Appreciate you being here, Dr. Erik.
Yeah, no problem.
You got some fish in the background there, I see. But look, at the end of the day, this is going to be a quick little video and kind of, you know, look behind closed doors, what it's like to look, or what it looks like to work with us. One of our clients, you're probably watching this because you're considering something, one form or another. But at the end of the day, I think the people that we work with can tell you better than we can ourselves. And so why don't we jump into it? Erik, if you don't mind, tell us a bit about yourself to start off.
Yeah, hey, how's it going, Hayden? So Erik Weber, just like you said, I'm a chiropractor in a little town about an hour east of Austin called Taylor. A little bitty small town. It's a rural community, a lot of farming, 16,000 people in our town, very small little town. I've been in practice for 10 years, and this is the best year we've ever had by far. I've got 3 kids, which we'll talk about in a second, I guess, because, man, they're everything. But, yeah, that's us, man. That's in a nutshell.
That's a very condensed nutshell. You summed it up pretty well, man. Okay. And how did you find out about our program?
So a couple of docs that I know, chiropractors I know, who I respect, really good business people, recommended you, Hayden. Man, honestly, I was doubtful at first because I've been burned by a Facebook guy the month before I talked to you.
Yeah.
But I trust these guys, and there are several of them. They've been doing really well with you. I'm glad that they actually recommended you too. It's worked out real well.
No, I'm glad to hear that. And we had a funny in-person conversation at the Berkshires, like 30, 45 days ago, something like that. What was the conversation there? How did that go?
Which one are you talking about? The spilled the drink on the shoe one?
Yeah, that one.
The freaking Canadian ones? No, so whenever, I think what you're talking about, because we had a couple of good conversations. I actually enjoy chatting with you.
Mm-hmm.
When I talked to you on the first time on the phone, I felt like I hammered you pretty hard, and I thought you weren't even going to take me as a client because I was kind of a jerk to you because I frankly didn't trust the process, man. You know? And so is that the one you're talking about?
That is, yeah.
It's you handled it real well. I actually appreciate you for not saying to heck guy, you know, and taking me on.
Yeah, no, just a little bit of context too. I thought it was funny because when I first saw you at the event, I was like, oh man, okay, you know, Erik, he's cool, like he's a good client now, but I remember that initial call. I was like, this guy's a hard ass, man. Like, I was like, I don't even know why we're still on the call 30 minutes in because you just seem like you dislike me. Just at the beginning, we hopped on the call. All right, man, let's just skip report, jump right into it. Tell me about your program. I'm like, oh, yeah. Okay. It was a funny conversation. Nonetheless, I get it. You know, it's an industry where there's, I think, over-promising and under-delivering, right, and different things like that. And so,
the emails that we get every week as a chiropractor, hey, I'm this new Facebook guy, and you go look them up, and they don't even have any clients or whatever. I mean, I apologize, like I said, but it is what it is. It's my hard-earned money. It's my kids' college fund. I got to make sure I spend it the right way.
100%. No, I totally appreciate that. How long ago did you join our program? Do you know?
So we joined mid-March. I've been with you like 2.5 months so far.
Mm-hmm.
Literally the best month that we've ever had in practice this month. I saw more patients this Tuesday than I've ever seen in practice. And cool thing, we're not doing any marketing other than you. Hey, I'm not sure if you know that, but usually this time of the year I'm doing talks and screenings and massage days and patient appreciation days. We're doing nothing but Facebook marketing right now. So it's actually working out pretty well for us.
I love
that. It's actually the reason, I'm not sure, you're going to have to stop me, otherwise I'll keep talking and gushing.
Keep going, man. It's your show.
So the reason I gave you a chance is because I just had our 3rd kid in 6 months ago. My wife had her 3rd kid, and I want more time for a family. So little small town, you know, again, 15,000 people, rural town. We're not a very wealthy town. I think our mean household income it's like 45, 50,000 for a household.
Mm-hmm.
Scratching out new patients every month it's been, I want to say some cuss words, it's not easy. You know, it's really not easy. So, but I had to try to rectify, do I want to go in here and keep my practice running, or do I want to spend time with my family or go fishing or whatever? And I decided to do the family, so took a chance on you. And again, it's worked out real well. So that's what we, so if you're thinking about buying from Hayden, guys, do it. He knows his stuff. His systems are awesome.
I appreciate you saying that, Eric. I appreciate that. And you are a family man. You could tell that when we were at the Berkshires. I think 2 or 3 times I caught you walking around talking to your phone, realizing you're FaceTiming back home, right? You gotta stay in touch, man. Yeah. It's kids mean everything to us. I love that. I love that. Keep the important thing. Do you know, I have some stats on my end too. I know a lot of people like to, you know, get into the nuts and bolts, the mechanics, you know, the big picture stuff like what we're talking about, that's fine. A lot of people wonder, okay, well, what did you generate here and this, and what are the receivables? What are all that kind of stuff? Do you have any of that stats that you can run through? I know for the most part, yeah. Can I give you loose stats? Because I don't have everything right in front of me. I can tell you exactly how many patients have come in, how many have showed up, and how many people have started care. Yeah. But you tell me your end. I'll say our end afterwards because I got that on my side. Okay. So basically our case visit average in our office is about $1,800, $1,900. You know, again, we're a smaller town. I'm going to back up. I'm going to go pre-Hayden on this so I can really show you the difference in our office. I don't know if we talked about this. The Facebook guy we used in February, we got 82 leads from this guy, and 25 people showed up scheduled appointments that month, and people showed up, and I closed 2 of those people. I mean, as 2 of those people started to care. So huge time and money suck. And that's why I was so aggravated and just kind of a jerk on that first call. Anyways, skip over to you. You know, what I love about you is you and, you know, your wife, Jessica, but also Jessica McIntyre, who was our case manager there for a while. Y'all took about 2 to 3 weeks to really gather info on what we do, put our stuff together. In March, we started real slow. If you remember, I didn't let y'all run the ad how you wanted to. I said, no, do it like this. And we had 8 patients booked. 6 of them came in, and we started forwarding care. So immediately, even though I did everything I could to stifle you, it paid off. It doubled its pay on that. I was glad for that. Fast forward to April, we had 17 patients come into our office from you, I think is what I have. You know, again, you have the stats back there. I'll try to pull this real quick. Man, we had 75% of them starting care, which is awesome. Which is just, that's huge results because, you know, Facebook patients are bad patients, quote unquote. Don't let any of my patients see this, please. But, you know, as the general consensus is that they're harder patients to start in care, the tire kicker. And so 70% of them come and start care in our office. It's been epic, man. And again, it's culminating to us having the best month we've ever had in practice, which is awesome too. So, and that's great. And that's, you know, it's a perspective that a lot of people have, right? Facebook leads or weak leads, and realizing those are people at the other end of that equation at the end of the day, or the reality is, Facebook's just a tool. You're putting a message in front of somebody. What's the message? Who's the person? Who are you targeting? What's the lens in which they're interested in whatever you're showing them? Is it value-based? Is it a deal-based? Is it this or is it that? There's many different variables. I will say, quite honestly, yeah, we tweaked things and you did things that you wanted to do and we launched the way that you wanted to launch. But at the end of the day, 75% close rate, that's more on you than it is on us. Well, I mean, yeah, and every patient needs chiropractic care across the board, no questions asked. But, you know, a patient who's on Medicaid is probably not going to be able to afford our care. Sure. What I love about this is that we're not having just droves of people who, if they walk in my office, I'm going to do everything I can. I'm going to serve them like they need to be served. But at the end of the day, they can't afford our care. And that's cool. But if you're running through 20 of those in a month, it gets to be a drag on the office. It closes off your books to people who do want your care. So, you know, the fact that you're bringing in, and I hate to say it's higher qualified patients, it's been fun. It's been fun. It's worth it, you know? I appreciate that. Do you have a total number on the amount of people that have committed to care, started chiropractic care? Yeah. Sort of. I just had 4 start
between today and yesterday. So I'm trying to add this up in my head. I'm terrible at math. There was one at the beginning of the week, 24, I think, since we started with you, which is awesome for our office, small office.
24 in 7 weeks have committed to care. And the numbers that I have from my end is 58 leads, name, email, address, phone number, 43 scheduled appointments. And go ahead.
I'm sorry. Not all of those appointments that were scheduled through Facebook, we've messed up about 5 or 10 of those. So the stats are skewed a little bit on your side. We have 6, 7, 8, 9. We only have 12 no-shows between 7 weeks of care, which is of ads and all that, which is pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
There we had like 16 on the 1 month before, so we're really happy with it.
Got it. And yeah, totally. What was the number again that you said committed to care?
24, unless my math is off, plus or minus 1 patient, 24.
Sure. And your average case fee was what, 17?
About 1,900.
1,900. Well, $45,000 in 7 weeks in potential receivables.
That's awesome. I mean, that's great. I didn't even know that. I have to go and yeah, I'll give you a high five next time I see you.
Do some Ruth's Chris tonight. I don't know if they have Ruth's Chris in your town. Nice steakhouse.
Why don't you go to Ruth's Steak in Texas, man? You're gonna go to one of the mom and pop shops. Come on.
There you go. Well, I live in Alberta. That's 1%, AAA Alberta beef. Like when we were in Chicago, actually, we went to Gibson's, nice steakhouse. Yeah. Got grass-fed Australian beef, which was like pretty expensive. I was like, what the hell is this? This is not like back home. It was not the greatest steak.
I agree.
Go ahead.
Any other questions for me before we go to the next patient?
Yeah, definitely. I appreciate that. Just last thing. So we addressed most of it. Last thing, what's your plans for the future? It's kind of broad, kind of vague, but what's your plans?
So not just with you, but in general?
Yeah, in general, man. Here's where that question comes from in my mind, at least, and then ideally it kind of links up, is for most chiropractors, for most doctors, the new patient acquisition model, that's something that's inconsistent at best. It's normally top of mind. Where am I going to get the next person from? What's the next thing, right? And now we figured out how to systemize new patient acquisition. You said it's the only thing that you're doing right now for new patient acquisition, which is great. Now that you have that figured out, you said you're moving to a new practice before we started recording, but just in general, what's your plans? Is it going to change at all?
So, well, yeah, unfortunately, or fortunately, because of the success we've had with this, they have to change. I don't really have a choice. So first thing, I'm going to stick with you as long as everything's going well with you. I'm obviously going to go keep doing what's working. When you don't change something that's broken. Excuse me. You don't fix something
if they broke, yeah.
Yeah, so I'm moving into a new business. I've been building a building. I started back in November. Should be done here the next month or two. But the really cool thing is, as I was talking to my CA yesterday, we were talking about where we are numbers-wise, patient-wise, collections-wise. When she started, I had told her, hey, when we move into this new building, we need to be seeing about 100 to 110 patients a week or so.
Mm-hmm.
We this, and she made me realize yesterday, say that 110 goal that we had for this, we're seeing 180, 170, 180 on a regular basis, which is awesome. People are starting to care. Because of the Facebook, my plans actually we're going to hire an associate, which never thought I'd have to do. And I know that's neither here nor there with PowerSURGE marketing, but because of the confidence I have in this system and what y'all are doing, I need another doc. Because I can't handle the 180, 200 people a week myself, which is exciting. So we're actually out for that, start maybe next week, and then go in there. We're just going to continue growing. So the other doc can go do all the screenings and stuff I was talking about.
I love it. Okay, Dr. Erik. Well, I appreciate you. I appreciate you taking the time. I know you're busy. I know your calendar's more full now. It's harder to get in touch with you now than it was before. Via Facebook Messenger and all, but appreciate everything that you're doing. At the end of the day, and I just recorded another testimonial today with somebody else, and I voiced this again, which I have to start voicing more often, but we talk $47,000, whatever the number is. At the end of the day, that's a measuring stick on a lot of people's lives that are now changed and introduced to chiropractic care, right? So that's our mission, that to continue to be able to put that best case scenario in front of people to allow them, to improve their quality of life and to do the things that they want and should be able to do, right? They have the right to do, and you're helping unlock that choice for them. So appreciate you and everything that you're doing. Appreciate you hopping on, and let's continue growing.
All right, man. Thanks, Hayden.
Okay, brother. Take care.